So let's just get this going. Okay, so now we have our set called Deoxys, featuring Deoxys, and, you know, maybe some Deoxys, and Deoxys. This is one of those sets where it's like the Arceus set later on, where it's just a whole bunch of the namesake for the card, right? And it's an interesting one. There are some really good archetypes to have come out of this potentially. There's some stuff for the future, and then there's a couple of cards which are absolutely game changing, which I did not get nearly enough of, unfortunately. But such is life, you know. So I think the problem when it comes to a draft of this set is that a lot of the actual really good build-around decks here all center around these EXs, which are quite literally impossible to pull enough of in our setup, because it is all 1 in 12 to try and get the stuff done. So it's a bit of a shame, but there are some other stuff that we can talk about. Let's actually go over the EXs and stuff first then, because we're unfortunately not going to get to see just about any of these. There's a couple that I pulled one of, which are okay. The rest of them didn't even get. So the box topper is the one we might see at some point. Rocket's Raikou EX is actually really, really cool. It's just a case of where do we fit it, right? Thunderous Blow is a really, really good attack, 40 plus 10 for each lightning that's on it, so minimum 50, but if you put darkness energies on this, that's functionally the same thing, so 40 plus 10 for each special dark or lightning that's on this is pretty good. And yeah, you're hitting 70 for free on the basic Pokemon, that's really strong. Lightning Burst is also kind of good too. If you recall the Neo Revelation Raikou, this let you switch one of the opponent's Pokemon, it was wasn't Gust of Wind, it was the War Point part. That's exactly what this guy does as well, where it just lets you force the opponent to switch, which is kind of neat. So there is that going for it. The other EXs here, Crobat I have one of, I might try and play it this week. Distortion is really good. If it's active, you put a damage counter on any one of the opponent's Pokemon, you can KO stuff with that, which is pretty neat. Cross Attack, the same attack that Crobat had in Neo Revelation, except now it's for 2 colorless instead of 2 grass and a colorless. 4 coins, 20 per heads. If you get 2 or more, they confuse. And Pester actually pairs really well with Dark Crobat if you can find a way of switching to it enough. 2 grass and a colorless, so 60 is not super great on this frail of an EX, but if they're affected by a special condition, it's 100 instead. The Dark Crobat also poisons, so it's effectively 110 at that point, which is really good. Deoxys EX, this is the one I pulled, and it is garbage, unfortunately. The Deoxys forms have this ability where they can change into other Deoxys, kind of like the Swoop Teleporter, except you don't actually discard the other one, you shuffle it back into deck. It is separated between EX and non-EX, so the regular Deoxys can shift between each other, and the EX Deoxys can shift between each other, and the EX ones are generally better, but this one's really bad. 10 plus 10 for each energy on itself and a defending Pokemon usually is only going to do about 40 damage or so for a lot of the time. It is energy, not energy cards, so if the opponent is over-attached with a Scramble or something, you could maybe punish, but it's not going to do nearly enough on 100 HP EX. Attack form, I have actually traded into, and this is a really good card to be honest. Free energy 50 is not amazing, but discard 2 of those energy and it does 20 more for each energy the opponent has on them. It's a super psychic at that point, which is really good for punishing stuff like Scramble energy, or just a lot of cards are free energy attacks in general. This is going to hit 90 to 110 most of the time, and it's actually pretty strong. So yeah, really solid card if you can accelerate the energy to it, and I have 2 good decks that can do that, as we know. Defense Deoxys is not good for our format, but I think is still good in general. 90 HP is very low, but that means it gets under Desert Ruins, which is kind of nice. And Psychic Shield literally is just Safeguard. It blocks all effects of attacks including damage done to their sync by the opponent's EXs during the next turn. So if you are against an EX heavy deck, say Muck EX, or well, Muck is just the best example, but if you're up against something like the Sharpedo with See You Later, or even the Hariyama here, then you can just blank their entire deck, and it's very funny. Speaking of the Hariyama, this stops your opponent playing Stadium cards whilst it's in the active, which is kind of neat. Knockoff is a very good attack in general, just disrupt the opponent's hand every turn for reasonable damage. Pivot Throw means you take more damage next turn, so you're more likely to get KO, but it's still pretty solid. Unfortunately, nobody pulled it, so we aren't going to see any of that. Manectric EX is a superstar in the next era, in the next year basically, because Mew comes out and it gets amazing, but it's still good now if you could get into it. Disconnect is great, like this is item lock on the opponent, which is very strong. We see this kind of attack happen a lot in Lightning. Disconnect in particular is the name of it most of the time. Solid damage output as well. And the discard to all Lightning and snipe 80 somewhere on the opponent's board is pretty good, so long as you're not discarding free energy for it. There's a Electrike in this set that recharges from the deck, so that's pretty good. So yeah, solid card. Rayquaza, I don't like it very much, but I guess I could see why you would play this. Once you put it onto the bench, you can move any number of basic energy from anywhere on your board to the Rayquaza, and it does more damage for each basic energy that's on it. There are some decks that could use this, but it is kind of frail, and it takes 2 specific colors, which is a bit difficult, so not really too fond of it personally, but I could see why it might get played. Salamence, nobody pulled this one. Makes your non-EX Pokemon have no retreat whilst it's in play, which is sort of neat. It's like a super, what's its face, Dodrio, I suppose, which is fun. Snipe 20 for Fire Colorless is good, and discard 2 for, yeah, Water, Fire, double Colorless. 120 is really strong, KOs basically all non-EXs. But it's 4 energy, discard 2. Blastoise could use it, but then it's 2 stage 2 EXs, it's very hard to use. And then we got Sharpedo. Dragoff is fun. This is a deck in its own right, but nobody pulled this card. Dragoff is just a neat move. Just not even discard anything, just force the opponent to switch if you want to, and do 20 to the new thing that comes in. The opponent chooses in doubles which Mon is getting switched out, but whatever. Zero Retreat is really good on this. Grass instead of Fighting Weakness is good for a Dart type, and Darkness Blast is kind of strong as well. If you're doing like 80 damage on average with this, so that's really good. Or you can do more and discard energy if you have to. For the star Pokemon, once again, you can only have one of these in the deck, period. Doesn't matter what species it is, just one in total. Leo has this one, which we may be able to see eventually. We don't have the cards for it right now, but yeah, Latias Star is pretty neat. Like, Healing Light is good, because it can counter spread decks somewhat nicely, and Shooting Star, if you're up against an EX, you've got to discard all 3 of these horribly colored energy, but there are ways of charging that up later on, and you do 150 damage to the EXs, basically just one-shotting them, which is really good. Latios, I don't think anybody pulled this one, but it's the same thing for stage 2s instead of EXs. Would have been more applicable for our format, but the cost is way harder to fill, so probably fine. Yeah, not much to say about it really. Rayquaza is one that Matt pulled. Very interesting card, but I don't think it's good for our format. This would have been pretty neat for anti-EX stuff though. Discard all of the 2 Fire, 2 Lightning that you have on this thing and snipe 100 to every one of the opponent's EXs. We just don't have enough EXs to make a difference there. As far as the Pokemon go, speaking on EXs, Altaria is the next of the safeguard cards. It's really bad. Moving on. Beautyfly is interesting. If it has 40 or less HP left, it does 40 more damage, and it does have a drag-off attack for 1 energy, which is pretty good. So that could be drag snipe 60 on something, which is quite nice. And then Cutting Wind would be 90 if the ability is active. Grass is a good type, it's got a decent amount of HP, so it should survive on that number, so could be kind of neat. Breloom looks really good. If you have a grass energy on it for 1 energy, 20 plus auto poison, which is pretty strong, then Hustle Punch is 70 for free, but 50 if you use it consecutively. That's okay though, because 50 is still reasonable. It's got 1 retreat, so it's really just solid. Fighting is a good type. If it's in grass as well, that's another good type to have, so just a good card. Camerupt, I don't think we have very many of here. It can accelerate from the discard, which is kind of fun. And Split Bomb snipes 30 on 2 of the opponent's Pokemon. Somewhat okay, it's probably a bit too slow, but still. Claydol looks interesting. If it's your active, you can copycat once per turn, which is really good. Then Ancient Mantra works really well with Rainbow style energies. If it has any Psychic on it, it's 20 plus Confusion. If it has any Fighting on it, it's 20 plus 20 more damage. So if you put like a multi-energy plus any one basic on this thing, you have the guaranteed thing here. Double Rainbow would make it 30 plus Auto Confusion, but with a copycat style effect, that's actually really strong. Crawdaunt, somewhat interesting, but probably not too good, but Sai kind of likes this one. If it has Dark Energy on it, for the first 2, it reduces damage by 10 for each Dark, so it can technically have like 90 HP instead. It's a little bit better than that, but you know, that's functionally the thing. Bubble Beam doesn't really do much, but if you factor in special Darks, it starts to add up. Same with Crosscut. 60 for free is not amazing, but if it's 70 instead, that's probably okay. Dusclops is kind of cool. It's a little bit unfortunate it's weak to Dark after we had Team Rocket Returns, but next set there's an EX that can solve that. The main attack here is Powerful Hand. Count the number of cards in your hand, put that many damage counters on the opponent's Pokemon, or the defending Pokemon I should say, up to 7. So again, 70 for free is kind of the standard that we're seeing at the moment, so pretty solid. Gyarados, I'm pretty cold on this one at the moment, but it is the thing I pulled the most of here, and I don't think anybody else even has one of these, so kind of interesting. The fact of it evolves from a 30 HP Magikarp as its downfall, but let's just go over what it does. 1 Water, 10 to each of the opponent's Pokemon, pretty solid. We see this kind of attack all over the place really, but it's still decent. Full Retaliation is a meme, but it's a very funny one if you can pull it off. 2 colorless, 20 times the number of damage counters on all of your Magikarp, so if you can put 2 damage counters on all of your bench Magikarp, this will do 120 for 2, but good luck with that, and then good luck keeping the Magikarp alive. So there is that. Then Pulverize is a very expensive 2 water, 2 colorless attack, but it does 100 if the opponent's got 2 or more damage counters on them already. So if you can Dragon Spark them a couple of times, then Pulverize to just blitz them the whole way through, you're probably doing alright. But it's just really hard to set that up, you know? Jirachi, all-star of this set, probably the most powerful card in this set to be honest. It puts itself to sleep after it uses its power, and it can't use it if it's asleep. But look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose one of them, put it into your hand. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The attack is situationally very good as well. If the opponent has a Pokebody, then it's 50 damage for 2 energy, so that's kind of fun. Good to keep in mind. Ludicolo, the main archetype to come with this, is with the Macago we'll go into in a bit. You just draw a card once per turn, which is really strong. Healing Steps can let you discard a bunch of cards out of your hand to heal the Ludicolo. 30 for 1 is also kind of nice. And Circular Steps is 10 damage for each Pokemon in play that is not Ludicolo. So 110 damage max if you play into it. Super powerful attack actually for what it takes. Very nice. Metagross, I've been kind of wanting this one for a while. Once per turn during your turn, like just before you attack, for each one of these you can accelerate a Psychic or a Metal Energy from your discard pile to your active Pokemon, then put a damage counter on that Pokemon. So this gets your energy back from the discard, it means you can do some really cool plays with it. Link Blast is also neat, 70 for 2, but if you don't match energy count on the opponent's active, then it's 40 instead of 70. But there are ways of manipulating that, so pretty good attack all things considered. Mightyena is mostly for pull away here. If the opponent's got 5 more cards in their hand, they get to discard until they have 4 left. Unfortunately, they choose what's discarded, so whatever. Ninjask, like Shedinja, has a really annoying ability here. It prevents damage from, or effects including damage done from basic Pokemon, whereas the Shedinja was evolutions and EXs. So yeah, this can form a pretty annoying disruption core to be honest, but you can play around it if you play at least some evolutions in your deck as well. Speaking of Shedinja, it has one where you don't take any prize cards, so that's kind of fun. The cast-off shell Ninjask is going away though, so probably not going to be too playable here. Slacking is mostly good against EXs. Amnesia is really good. It's got a really strong HP and tanking potential against EXs, but we don't have many of them, so not super good here. And then the Deoxys forms. This one also has Link Blast, but unlike Metagross's, it's 40 max and 20 base, which is garbage. Attack form is kind of okay, it just takes free energy to do its thing, but 10 plus 10 for each energy the opponent has in play is pretty strong, and the defense one is really bad. 20 for 2, reduced by 30 next turn. It's probably alright if you then form change into the attack one next turn or something, but just no. A Ludicolo number 2 is the only one I have, but would be okay with the card down the bottom that I didn't pull. Flip a coin for each water that's on it, do 40 plus 20 for each heads. You could theoretically play this with Blastoise and it'd probably be okay, but then why, I guess? Its ability is probably why. Once during your turn before you attack, remove 1 damage counter from each of your Pokemon. So if you have one of these out in Blastoise, you can rain dance to a bunch of different stuff and heal all of the damage that you would put on yourself. So kind of neat, I suppose. The Macago is what you actually pair with the other Ludicolo I mentioned before. This stacks the top of your deck with any card that you want. So it's half of an Oracle, but it's on a power, which is really strong. So definitely neat. Its attacks are fine, like you may be able to kill a Blossom or something with Combustion. Knockover is fine if you want to get rid of the opponent's stadium, so there is that. What else is good? Sableye. This thing is really annoying, and I think Leo is the only one who's got a significant number. I have 2, but I haven't been able to use it yet. If it's active, you can look at the opponent's hand. Really good if you want to know whether or not you admin them. And Limitation stops the opponent playing supporters next turn if you can get a Darkness Energy on this thing. So if you see their hand is going nowhere except if they've got 1 key supporter, Limitation, and you can get yourself set up. Very annoying attack for sure. Shiftry is okay. You can force the opponent to switch. It does let them choose what they're actually bringing in, but still, that's a guaranteed disruption for the turn. And if there's a stadium in play, there's still 70 for free. Go figure. Fitting number, right? There's a Wishcash over here, which is like, it's got Karate Chop, but it also has Rage, which is kind of fun. The flip a coin is to whether you attack both opponents in doubles or just a one. That doesn't matter, so it's like Rage or just 70 for free, which is good. I've heard this Grumpig is decent, but it's like an anti-EX thing, right? If the opponent's in EX, it does 80 instead of 50 damage, kind of whatever. And then we get into some of the more fringe cards here. We've got Lunatone, which is a deck later on when we get the better, the disruption-based Lunasol in the next year. It's 20 plus 10 for each Soul Rock you have in play for 2 energy, so 60 for 2 is pretty good. Makes your Soul Rock 0 retreat, which is nice. This Manectric can also do 70 for free if they're all lightning. You just do damage to yourself as well. Minun puts any card from your discard into the hand, which is kind of decent as a control tool if you can get away with it. Plusle is the next Dunsparce, where it searches your deck for 2 basics and benches them. Positive Spark is also pretty good as well. 20 to each of the opponent's Pokemon that has any powers on them, so if they're spamming a lot of ability-based stuff, you can punish with that, which is good. Soul Rock in this set gives Lunatones 80 HP, which is quite nice, and if you have a bunch of Lunatone on in play, choose one of your opponent's bench Pokemon, snipe 10 to it for each Lunatone that you have, so can do some quite good damage there as well. Weezing is a meme, knocks itself out for 1 energy and it puts the opponent 10 HP away from dying. Combine that with Victory Bell's Acid Sampler or Poison with Dark Crobat, and you can get a knockout trade, which is a thing, I suppose. And then we get to the trainers, because nothing else here really matters too much. Bloomberry gets a reprint, Crystal Shard gets a reprint, so pretty good to hit Dark Dragonite specifically, but also if you're just getting resisted by everything else, then that's kind of nice. Energy Charge is a thing, again, that gets a reprint, so does Lady Outing. Master Ball comes back here. Meteor Falls is kind of cool. If you're not an EX, it's a Memory Berry on the Stadium, so you just get to reuse your previous attacks. This is relevant for Gyarados because Magikarp has got Rage, but anytime you see a Rage-based attack, Meteor Falls is definitely there. Cosmos Discovery is terrible. If you flip heads, you draw the bottom 3 from the deck. If you flip tails, you draw the top 2, which is really bad. Space Center is kind of fun, but very limited in its application. I think it's exactly good in our format against Shedinja if it's been brought out with the shell, right? Ignore all Pokebodies for all basic Pokemon in play that aren't EX and owners. So it prevents you from doing this for Team Magma's Groudon, but you know. Then Strength Charm comes in as well. It's got a slightly updated text on it, so it works like before Weakness and Resistance, and it discards at the end of any attack. Energy-wise, we get Boost Energy back here. Heal Energy is pretty cool. I've seen this played in quite a few different decks. It is full heal and potion energy from the Team Rocket thing in one go, unless it's on an EX, and then it just provides energy. Speaking of stuff you can't attach to EXs, here's the biggest game changer of the set that I only pulled one of and I am pissed to this day on it. Scramble Energy only works on evolutions that aren't EXs. It's a colorless energy normally, but if you're behind on prizes, it's a triple rainbow energy. Kind of really annoyed that we don't have very many of that, but we will get there. Anyway, what are we actually playing today? There's a couple of choices that I have. Neither of them are things I am super happy with, but I think the more consistent list is the Metagross one that I have here. I kind of want to play the Crobat though, just because it's funny. But I think I will just play the Metagross here. So, I have played Metagross before. It was only this one, however. I still play one of it because you can move Metal Energy around and you can tank with it, which is kind of relevant sometimes. But it's mostly now about new one, where we can accelerate from the discard to this thing to get quick aggressive attacks off, which is kind of nice. We've got a Pidgeot engine in here as well. Because we do damage to ourselves with our acceleration, we have a Blossom in here. It is a 1/0/1, so it's a bit awkward to get out, but we do just get to heal 20 damage as a hard once per turn, and sometimes you can hit for Grass Weakness. It's kind of interesting. The original deck here played Metagross EX, which we do not have any access to, so instead we're going to play the Deoxys, which is not a terrible replacement if I'm being honest. It is a basic Pokemon, you can just kind of put it down when you need to. You can accelerate to this from the discard every turn, so the 2 energy you're discarding is not actually that big of a deal, and you just get to do a ton of damage to the opponent. If they can't kill this in one go, then it can trade very favorably. So, strong card. But then we have one of each of the Jirachis. Keep in mind the Beldum searches for any metal Pokemon if you flip heads, like any metal basic, so we can use this to get the 2 Jirachi, one of which can help evolutions come into play, the other one of course just searches tons of cards out of the deck, which is really neat. As far as the actual trainers and stuff go, I've been going back and forth a little bit on this, but I think this is the lineup we're going to have to go with. One Pokemon Retriever, because we do need to get our stuff back when they die. This is not as sturdy Metagross as before, because it isn't metal type anymore, so we can't just stack a bunch of things and tank with it like we could before. So we have Red Candies to get into it. It's a 2 energy attacker, pretty aggressive as is. 1 switch, 1 warp point. I've cut down on those from before because we're not tanking quite as heavily anymore. 3 Celio. I've decided to go 3 Celio, 3 admin rather than the 4 Celio here. We're going to see if that's a mistake. It probably is, but I like having more admin in here, I think. 2 Copycat, 1 Compassion. Mr. Brownie's Compassion is still really good. We can still protect ourselves from like a stupid knockout somewhere, so it's fine. 3 Stevens, I don't know. Stevens has been a weird one because if the opponent doesn't set up, then it's just not amazing. But I think 3's okay here at the moment. And 2 TV Reporter, don't have more of this or else I would play more. We can discard energy in order to get this going, so then we accelerate it with the Metagross, so it's kind of cool. Stadium-wise, I only have 1 copy of each of these, 1 Magnetic Storm and 1 Space Center. I want just Magnetic Storm in here, but Space Center's a pretty good, like, tertiary out to Shedinja bullshit if I do play Matt this week, and he is on that, so, you know, there is that. And then the final card is Strength Charm. I've noticed that 40 is like a really annoying number for this to be hitting most of the time. 50 kills all the basic Pokemon, and then 80 is enough to kill a lot of the evolution stuff you'd be going against that are not like stage 2s. So Strength Charm is super big here. This is also particularly good against exactly Rocket Sneasel, because Rocket Sneasel actually only takes 80 if resistance is in play from Dio. So this gives me 2 outs to get rid of it, and yeah, it's a really bad matchup anyway, so I want to try and shore it up a bit. Only 13 energy, I am not super happy about that. I want the 14th in here, but there's just nothing I can really cut. It would have to be like Jirachi or something, and I really don't want to cut that. So that's what we're going to use. I do have a Crobat list here as well, which is kind of neat. The problem with this is it gets absolutely destroyed by Draktrode. And Steelix potentially, but Steelix beats like every single deck I have, so it's kind of whatever. We're not going to see it this week anyway, so it's fine. But the core here is that we have the Wally package, because both Breloom and Golbat attack with just 1 energy, and they both do like very similar amounts of damage, which is really cool. Crobat then auto poisons, which is nice to synergize with the EX, so there's a lot of cool stuff you can do there. And Togetic is the only way that Dragonite is beatable because it resists grass and fighting. but it does null all damage from Dart Pokemon. Doesn't null damage from Rockets, however, so it dies to Sneasel. But Sneasel's weak to fighting, so if you can set yourself up right, it dies to the Breloom instead. Overall, a very unfavorable matchup though, so I don't really want to jam it. So that is that's the unfortunate bit. Alright, let us see what our competition is doing today. So we have Psy playing Ludicolo as well, by the looks of it. Interesting. Matt is, of course, playing the Dragtrode. I fully expected that. And then we have Leo playing Blastoise against Pepper's Dart Tyranitar. Yo, 4 different decks from everybody else. That's kind of hype, not gonna lie. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. We will have to see how these go. Yeah, I'm still gonna play the Metagross. Like, I'm not changing anything for it that way. Metagross also loses to Dart Tyranitar because resistance, basically, so there's not really any way that we could possibly win that matchup, but I'm not really... I'll be honest with you, I don't really... I played Pepper earlier, so I don't really want to bother that way this time. I kind of want to play like Leo and Psy, because those are the two I haven't actually interacted with in the last couple of weeks. Psy I haven't played at all this format, so I really would like to play him this week. And then Leo, we just don't get a lot of time with, so you know. We'll just have to see. This is a rather interesting spot when it comes to Matt's game there, though. I think the problem is that the weakness to lightning on Ludicolo is going to be a problem. That Desert Ruins is looking pretty nasty as well, though. For my one EX does get affected by it, so I'd have to keep that in mind. This is kind of the one bit, right, when we have 5 people, it's almost unfair in a way because now I get to see what's going on, but you guys have seen yourself, I'm not actually going to change what I am playing here. If I wanted to properly play against Pepper, I would most likely play the Crobat thing. And if we get time, that might be what I do, because he's already played my Metagross list, so we played that last night. So he already knows. I mean, I've changed it like 5 cards or something since then, but even so, it's not really enough of a difference. He knows that he's played against a deck, so I'd play something different against him. But I think the Crobat list is kind of unfair in a way. Not really, though, because... Is it? I mean, Breloom kind of kills it, but... That's a weird one. I don't know. Blastoise with Ludicolo, though, is pretty sick, not gonna lie. I was talking about that just now. I haven't actually built it, but the problem for me that way is that the entire deck is weak to Lightning. Which... Granted, Lightning is not the primary type, but we know that Matt is going to play Dragtrode, and he is probably just going to play Dragtrode like the entire time. Okay, that's an exaggeration, he's been better about switching decks and stuff recently, but like, still, we know that that is very likely to be a big problem. And yeah, having your entire deck weak to the same type, because, yeah, Ludicolo is weak to Lightning as well. It's kind of weird. So there were a couple of other things I was vaguely considering this week. I have already shown all of the previous decks, stuff like Bomb Tower and whatnot, so I didn't even change any of them for this round, because I've honestly not been feeling it very much this week, I'll be totally fair. The problem point is only getting 1 Scramble kind of kills almost every single deck that I had in the pipeline. Because I can't really play Marowak if I only have the 1 Scramble energy. Because you are pretty much wanting to make a comeback with that. Electrode can still play without it, but I don't have enough double rainbows right now either. So we're waiting until next set and hopefully I'll be able to get them. For this one, The other stuff I was kind of looking at, like Gyarados really wants Scramble because you're probably going down fairly early with a Gyara. And yeah, like even stuff like the Breloom wants it because everything is like free energy to do their thing, right? And anything that doesn't need Double Rainbow is something I've already played. Nidoqueen would be great, except I've already played it, so I'm not super keen on that right now. Blastoise I played last week, so I don't really want to go back on that yet. I could do, but I don't especially want to go back to it this round. Metagross is one of the few things that actually doesn't mind too much. The Crobat thing would have been cool, except that Huntail really wants the Scramble energy. So even that deck, like I had a Crobat Huntail deck last week that I didn't get to show because, oh no, I would have also won against Shedinja. But, I'm kidding obviously, but still, it's like, I had that as an option, but that deck would have wanted a second Scramble energy. Because the idea is you put Scramble on the Huntail when you go behind on prizes and just absolutely wreck face. Would have been really good into this field as well when you look at it. Like the Huntail hits the Rhydon here for weakness, and it also hits Makago. Ludicolo is fine, I mean you can deal with that. Crobat is generally really good against this deck as well, like the Ludicolo stuff. So... And then, yeah, it's vulnerable to Electrode, but the entire deck from Matt is dark, by design. So, Huntail would have actually been absolutely ridiculous against him. So, lacking Scramble and not having enough DRE right now to compensate for it has pretty much ruined my entire week that way. Looks like we have the conclusion to this one, so let's move in and... see what's up.
5.
Hi Cal, you saw my post on Discord.
I did not
Would
actually.
have been 7 turns.
Oh, well, spoiler, turn 1 Pidgeot.
Yeah, he had a pretty good
Behind
start.
HL Jirachi.
Yeah, that seems about right.
And I just added, I have 14 total draw support. And I haven't drawn a single one in both games.
God. Wow.
So I don't. Today's just not my day, I guess.
I have felt that myself as well at times. Well, I also lose to Pepper, and he's already played this deck.
Yeah.
I will play you with a different one later, Pepper, because there is another thing I wouldn't mind seeing. But
I don't really want to be a typing bully like that. So.
I mean, we literally played this yesterday, so you know,
Yeah.
you already know the gist of what's gonna happen here. So, so yeah, you want to have a crack then, Leo? See what we can get out of this.
Good timing.
Whatever.
I'm just gonna be off for a minute for a quick break.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it seems the other
Let
two.
me change colors.
Yeah, seems the other two are fairly deep in that game at the moment. So, not gonna lie, didn't expect Sai to be bringing Ludicolo this week, but it's kind of neat, I suppose. Right. So, what would we like on the coin toss?
Tails.
Yeah, it is. So, do you want to go first or second?
First.
Okay. So, we'll draw. I do not have a basic. Don't know how much this gives away, but
Not much. Except
Yeah.
you having a metal energy.
Yep. So place your prizes down, and then if you want to draw, you draw. Right.
Apparently I need to draw because I can't get a single supporter.
Ah, damn. Right, okay, I do have one this time. Oh, where did it go? Oh, there it is, okay. Right, I double-clicked it by accident, and it's like it left my hand or something, it's weird. Right, okay, so, yeah, good luck. Ah, so you're using this Lotad. Interesting.
Do you draw on the first turn?
You do. Yeah, you just can't
Alright.
play a supporter on the first turn.
Water. I'm using, well, whatever. I didn't realize there were other Lotats in Sandstorm before I made this, so...
There's a fair few Lotad around at this point. Obviously, there's one from this set as well. There's two from this set, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, Rain Splash.
Okay. Right, we will draw. Okay, so I think we should probably start this turn with the obvious go for Beldam's Magneticole here. So if we flip heads, I get a basic metal from Pokemon from my deck and put it onto the bench. So, what are we dealing with this time? Well, it looks a little bit better than the prizes I had last night, at least looking at it from the start. So I was having really horrible prizes in both games yesterday, so I feel you on the it's not my day type of situation. Yeah, we'll just get another Beldam because this is a soft once per turn, so we're going to try that again just before I leave the deck here. Okay, don't get that one, so we are good. Let's see. You have 7 in hand. Yeah, this is probably as good a time as any to do it. I'm gonna copycat. So, yeah, because you took the mulligan, right? That's why you've got 7. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, this is probably okay. So how much does this do? 20 plus 10 on a flip. Okay. Right, yeah, I've kind of drawn into the other two Beldam here, so I will still do them individually, but I'm going to try for both of the calls here. Okay, and then the last one. I do get that one. So we're going to use that to grab Jirachi. I think we will just put an energy on the Jirachi here, and that is going to do it for me. Yep, so I've got 4 now.
Oh boy. Aqua Wave for 20 plus Coin Flip.
So it is 40 30. I am up to now. Okay. Bit spooky, but okay. Interesting. Alright, let's go for TV Reporter. Draw 3. That's interesting. This is normally the part where I would discard one particular card here, but I'm not going to be able to get it back if I do. So I think we've got to do something else here. I'm going to discard Pidgeotto. We are going to play Switch to... How am I going to play Switch first? Yeah, fuck it. We're going to play Switch to the Jirachi here. I will put a rainbow on this guy. Can't exactly get that back if I discard it, unfortunately. And we're going to make a wish. So set your deck to evolve one of my guys. And put a damage counter on the Jirachi. That's why I've already done that. So, attack. Alright, go for it. I'm gonna discard this whilst I think, remember?
Steven's advice.
Yeah, 5.
5.
Yeah, because I have 5 Pokemon in play right now. You should probably keep that out until the end of the turn, although I don't know if you've got Versus Seeker anyway, so... Oh
Dark
boy.
Candy.
Yep.
Ludicolo.
Oh god.
You know what? I'm doing 40. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll just attack.
Okay, so
Flip
what is this
3.
like? Yeah, 3, and then if any one of them is heads, this is a knockout, right? Yep, so,
knockout.
dang, alright. Down it goes. We'll switch this in because it's got no retreat. Alright, we'll draw. That's interesting. I don't know if it's quite good enough here. Okay, I'm gonna put this Jirachi down. I have a feeling I'm gonna need that this turn. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually go in. So levitate, 0 retreat because I have an energy on it. So we are gonna go into this. We're going to use the ability here. So scout the top 5 and take just 1 card out of that. Put the Jirachi to sleep. Interesting. That is fascinating and not exactly the way I thought this was going to go. Sure. Alright. Yeah, this is a slight change of plans moment, but that's fine. We're going to Celio. Which will grab ourselves this Metagross. We will Rare Candy into Metagross. Warp Point. So we'll switch this out. And the card we picked up is Scramble Energy. So because I'm behind on prizes, this is a triple rainbow. So we're going to use that. We now match energy count because you've got 3 on and so do I. So Link Blast is going to do 70 damage.
Alright, draw. Metagross has 100.
So it is possible to kill it, but
yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't like my odds here. I have to hit everything to kill this Metagross. And I have no bench. I'm gonna hand extension.
you cannot do that because you are not behind on prizes.
Really?
You can only play this card if you have more prize cards left than your opponent. First line of text.
Oh my gosh, man. I've actually never read that line.
Classic Yu-Gi-Oh players. I mean, what?
That's so stupid, man.
To be fair, there's a lot of stipulations on a lot of the cards in this era, but yeah, no, it's counter catcher basically.
Right,
Matt tried to do that to me last week as well, so don't worry about it.
Rondo.
Right, yep. Just gonna go all
There's no
in.
point using his ability because I'm gonna die regardless.
Okay, fair dues. I mean, there is, because if I get even if you kill this, if I get another energy, then Metang kills you. So. Oh, yikes! Okay, so that's a shuffle draw 5 on your end, a 6 on mine. Oh, that's not.
Try not to die.
I can understand. That's gotta feel a little rough. Yeah.
Okay. So I need 3 heads to win. Put Matang, tackle. Well, this Matang won't count. Alright, whatever. We'll just go for it. Water punch.
Okay, right, so we do 80 here. Still a hell of a lot, but at least it's not lethal. Okay, we will draw. Not sure how good for Shuffle Draw 6. I'm not sure how good a follow-up this is actually going to be, but whatever. I do have 2 Metang, so I guess I am going to put those down. Do want an energy somewhere. Let's just put it. Do I want it on this guy? Yeah, let's just put the energy here. And yeah, I'm still doing 40, so we will just Link Blast take the knockout here. Yeah, button's slightly smaller than it was before because it's causing some issues, but still there. Alright. Yeah, I was taking a pretty big risk last turn doing that, but I didn't think I had much of a choice, you know. You have to be evolved in order to use that.
Okay. So it's gone swimming.
Yeah, I've got 5.
5.
Yeah, I know it's a lot different from nowadays where like everything can be used on everything, but back then there was such a thing called game balance.
So now it's just providing 1 energy?
Yeah, it's just a colorless at the moment, yeah. It only provides the extra if I go behind on prices again.
Pass.
Okay. We will draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Let's go Steven's Advice to draw 3. That's interesting. Okay, I'm going to go for... I think I'll attach to the Metang, and I'm going to use the Super Connectivity for Metagross. So the 1 Psychic that was on Jirachi earlier can accelerate that to the active, put the damage counter on the active. So it's 10 away from death, but it can attack because it has 2 energy on it now. Only does 40, so you're not dying from it, but I still think this is probably the best option I have right now. So yeah, we're gonna Link Blast to do 40.
Well. Don't really have a choice here, so... Just gonna pick him up.
Yep. Yeah, I was about to try and move the... That's all I want. Yeah, you want to get
I meant
that guy?
to hit this. Sudden flash for knockout.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So this goes down, you get your prize. Not benching the Squirtle, okay. I mean, this guy's got no retreat, so I guess we bring him in first. Levitate is pretty good, it turns out. Alright, we'll draw.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, Okay, let's go for Celio. Grab ourselves out a Pidgey. Not going to shuffle the deck here because I do have rare candy for Pidgeot as well. So we're going to go for the quick search. Yeah, we'll get this out, I think. Yeah, seems okay. Right. So we'll put down Oddish. I have a different Metagross. Got that one down. So let's go ahead and put... Where do we need damage? Probably on this. We'll put the Rainbow here and then use the Metal Juncture from this guy to move that now Rainbow Energy treated as a metal here, so I can attack. And we will go for squared attack. So 4 coins, 30 per head. 30 it is. Okay, Dunsparce lives. God, do I love coin toss attacks. Whatever, it's fine. At least with this guy being a metal Pokemon here, I'm taking 20 less from attacks right now because I have 2 special metals on me, so...
Alright, strike and run.
Yep.
Okay. Alright.
Oh, you went really heavy on the low tap here, huh?
And then I'll switch out nobody.
Right, staying in with the Dunsparce then, yeah?
Yeah, your turn.
Okay, right, see what we can do. I mean, that's... I can't say no, I guess. We're gonna Steven, draw 6. You would think that would do everything I would want, but not quite. It's not that far off, but still. Okay. Where do we go from there then? So, is that anything? Nothing's really fun to KO next turn. I'm gonna put a Metal on the Jirachi, I think. We'll use the Pidgeot Quick Search. Grab ourselves out right. That into hand, and then yeah, we're gonna go for the squared attack here. Hope. Okay, fine, 30 it is then. That'll do. Slowly but surely, eh? It can do more than 30 damage, I swear.
Could also do 0. So.
It can do 0, which is annoying. I have done that before.
Alright, this is the part where I fold.
Oh. Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I had a bunch of stuff. I had a bunch of stuff in hand that I was obviously going to consider going through, but
Yeah.
Ah,
And
damn.
my rare candy was Pride.
Yeah, that'd do it.
Oh,
Rare candy is in the next set, at least as far as I know, so hopefully we'll be able to get the last ones that you need.
yeah. Well, this deck is pretty trash. It's pretty obvious.
I mean, you nearly had us at the start there, I'll be honest. That was,
Yeah, but
that
since
Ludicolo was
Ludicolo
just...
dies, it's GG.
I guess.
I can't set up fast enough.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to evaluate on stuff at the moment. It's when rare candy is just not that present there. It can be pretty tricky to see.
Yeah, so instead I will use the one I made last week.
Ah, yeah. If you want, if you want another shot, I can. I have a feeling this will be a much more favorable matchup for this deck, for your deck, I mean. But because I think this one is a much better matchup in your sense. But all right, before you draw, what are we going for?
Because it's also just a better deck, so
Yeah.
I'll
Alright,
go
what would you
first.
like? Yeah, you're going first.
First.
Okay. Seems good. Yeah. Okay, good luck.
Thanks. Rainbow.
Yep.
Oh, I need to try.
Yeah, you need to draw as well.
GT.
Mm-hmm.
And strike and run.
Seems like a pretty strong start. I'm always interested seeing which lower stage evolutions people choose to play in these things. Like when there's multiple options available. Yep, and the Pidgey. Huh.
I think I will switch.
Okay. So which one are we switching into then?
I just did.
Oh, into the team. Right, okay. I guess I didn't see it because it was same color. Alright, whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's go for Jirachi's ability here, the Wishing Star. Are you alright, by the way? It's stuffed up today.
It's in the allergies, but I've also been, I guess I've been fighting this weird cough for like a week.
Yeah, that would do it. Yeah.
It's pretty annoying.
Yeah, I can imagine it would be. Okay, just before I do take that one. 7.
Oh, what time is it? This might be my last match.
Yeah, it's 10 past 8 for me.
It's 2. Yeah, it's 2 o'clock for me. 2:10.
Okay, I have like two options on that. I don't really know if this is the good one. Yeah, no, I think we can. Yeah, this is riskier, but I think I'm gonna do it. So we're gonna go Metal on the Jirachi. I'm going to bench an Oddish so that I can play Steven to draw 5 here. Go ahead. I will flip for the sleep just in case. But I think you could just put me back to sleep if you want anyway. But it's worth noting because I can't use Wishing Star if I am asleep, or like statist in general. So yeah, that seems about right.
I'm going to Evolutionary Light.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, before I do that, Rocket's admin.
Yeah, sure, that works. So I'll draw 6.
Okay, yeah. Now I'm gonna Evolutionary Light.
Yep.
I think I have to show you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep, there it is.
And
Yep.
Candy.
Wow, that's that's so good.
Put Voltorb down.
Yeah, you've already won
Use
this one.
Voltorb.
Yep. We're gonna keep going,
Yeah,
but you've already won this.
it just has way more synchronous.
Yeah, you were. I mean, going first is such a huge advantage here as well, though. Like, going first starting Dunsparce is as good as you could ever hope for with this. God damn, yep. You can't get 2, what are you doing?
Oh, my bad. I don't know why I did that. Just one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just one.
It's 1 so long as it doesn't already have energy on it.
Let's see. So I can't even use hand extension if we have the exact same number of
Correct. Yep.
This is why does Matt want that card so badly?
Because it's actually broken as hell. Because if you are ever behind on prizes, it's literally just Gust of Wind in a format that has Gust of Wind on a coin toss at best.
Sure. Quick search.
I mean, the only reason you've not been able to use it is because you've gotten off to a much better start than me in every game so far, so going first will do that, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Now, you can only use that when it's active, so you can't Evolutionary Light again here.
Hideout.
I'm assuming we're not going back in the deck here, right?
No.
Then we need to shuffle that.
I guess so. Yeah. I'll just work point out into.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you do that, then you can get another search if you go into that one. But it's up to you, obviously.
Yeah, but I don't think it's worth it.
That is.
Yeah, I'll just do this. Strike and run.
Sure. Yeah, you do need another Voltorb, I suppose, huh? Or that works too. Yep, seems legit. Alright. Well, that's playable at least, so there is something. Yeah, we're going to attach to the Oddish and Steven draw 6. Welp. Okay, we're gonna pay retreat to the Jirachi and go for its ability. Okay. Well, that might at least get me off to something here. I do have the Beldam. We're going to go for its effect. If we can flip the heads, which we can't. I guess that's going to have to do it for now then. We'll flip to the sleep and don't wake up. Okay, fair enough.
Right.
That is already game over, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll start Dragon there. And I'll just straight up evolve. Dragonite.
Yep.
We're gonna enter quick search.
Yep.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. Pick this card. Dragonite's abilities. Move this here, move this here. Dark Electrode's ability.
Yep.
Another darkness. Move that up there as well. Yeah, that's just copycat.
Oh god, how many do I even have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Like
6,
9.
7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
11. Oh.
So you have to do it in 2 rounds. Like a 5.
Yeah.
You didn't shuffle.
I did.
Did you?
I mean, I'll try
No,
again.
it's okay. If you shoveled, you shoveled. I just didn't hear it, so...
I usually just hit it once.
No, okay. It's normally just, it makes a very noticeable sound when somebody shuffles their deck, and I didn't hear any of that, so I was like, it didn't seem like it shuffled, but that's okay.
You sure? I don't mind shuffling again.
Nah, I believe you. You've already won anyway, so this is just all extended
Alright.
thingy at this
Double
point, so...
colors.
Yeah, the double rainbow, yeah.
And then just move it up. I'll put 10. Nah,
No, it's
I don't
double
think
rainbow, so you don't need to do that.
Let's see. Well, don't need to do that. Don't need to do that. Alright, claw swipe for KO.
No. You have a double rainbow on you, so that's minus 10. I have metal, so I'm taking minus 10 as well. So this is actually 50 damage right now.
I have 2 dark energy.
Yeah, that's 70 total. Double rainbow cuts you by 10. This cuts you by 10 as well.
Oh,
have a special metal up.
okay. Alright, whatever. I should have just took that out.
Yeah, I was kind of
Yeah.
curious. I was like, wait, why is this moving up here?
Honestly, just forgot the minus 10 part.
Alright, well, I do wake up, so I suppose... Oh, that's not the right button. There we go. Move it that way. Okay, does that actually help? I'm going to just... actually, before I do it, let's use the Beldam's ability first. Okay, yeah, no coin toss luck of my own. This time we're going to go for the Wishing Star. I mean, that's interesting. I don't even know if that does it. Okay, what do I do with that then? Because it's like I kind of have options, but whew. This is a weird one. You have like 5 energy on you right now. I don't think I can match that no matter what happens here. It'd be very cool if I could, but probably not happening. Okay, yeah, let's grab that then.
I saw the boost energy made a return.
Yeah, boost energy is a pretty good one for some decks at least. I am sure there is a way to do this, but I'm just like struggling to find it right now.
You mean put 5 energy?
Yeah, well, no, there's not a way I'm getting 5 energy on this turn, but just in general, I am sure there is a way to play this out that'll be favorable. I'm just struggling to find the answer right now. Okay, we're gonna Celio.
Okay.
Part of me wants to just get another Beldam and try and get more stuff set up with it here, but I mean that doesn't seem bad, but what's the alternative? Yeah, not really a particularly good one. Yeah, we'll just get the Beldam, and I'll try and use this one's magnetic thingy. Alright, that I do get. Okay. Then let's get a third one. We'll try that as well. Okay, that's fine. That would have probably been exactly the other Jirachi that I could have gotten off of that, but or wait, no, I haven't got 4 Beldam in play yet. They probably could have done that. Okay, that's fine. So Jirachi's going down this turn, that is fine. Let's go Metang, because this one's been in play for more than one turn. We'll go... yeah, we'll just do the double rare candy. We'll get both of these guys down here. Attach a scramble to this one, and that is going to have to end my turn. Wakes up for what good it does, but that's fine. Go ahead.
Alright, try card.
Wasn't a terrible turn at least. I did get a decent amount of stuff out, but don't know how much it's going to matter, but we'll see.
Dark Electrode.
Yeah, because that's going to be the annoying bit, is that you can just reach like way too high with this.
So you'll see it. Put that there. So now it's got 4 energy on it. Okay. Be careful not to deck out.
Yeah, I think we're fairly far away from that right now, but yeah. Okay, so the rainbow attached there, yep. And then you can just move it away. Okay.
Alright, so Claw Swipe should be doing...
yeah, this is doing...
70?
Yeah, it's 60, because you've taken the double rainbow away. I've still got the -10, but it doesn't matter. It's getting the KO anyway.
Yeah, well I have 3 dark.
Oh, you've got 3 now, yeah, so now it's doing 70, right? Yeah, I forgot, you've got 5 energy attached to that thing right now. Okay, we will promote that, and, well, let's see what we can do. Scramble, oh, you take your prize as well. Scramble energy is live at this point, so there's at least that going for me. Right, so, first off, we are going to... do I have a Psychic in here as well, or is it just a Metal? I have a Psychic in here as well, so we're going to use both of the Metagross abilities to put the Metal and the Psychic from the discard to this guy. That's going to let him retreat for free, because he does have Levitate, so that's kind of good. Yeah, so we'll retreat to that. We will play this Metagross down, so I can move the Metal from bench to active. Doesn't reduce damage on this guy because he's not a metal type, which is annoying, but whatever. We will attach, so that's energy 5 because Scramble is providing 3, and TV reporter. Probably should have done that first, but oh well, who cares? Sure, let's discard Metang here. And yeah, we match energy, so I'm gonna hit for 70 here with Link Blast. Because you've got 3 dark and 2 rainbow on, right? Yeah, so 5 energy each, so... Alright, go for it.
I'm gonna attach darkness here.
Ah, I drew the last one out of the deck. Okay. You can still get dark metal if you have that, I guess, with the electrode, so it's not all bad.
Okay. To move everything here. Mr. Brownie.
Yeah, I was sort of afraid that was gonna happen. Yeah, okay. Yeah, not a lot I can do about that.
Dark Electrode. Darkness Metal. Keep that up there. Put down Jirachi. Okay, so I have 7.
Yeah, 7 energy on right now, Jesus.
And I'm doing plus 40 minus 10, so 80.
No, because this isn't a metal type, it doesn't get the reduction, so it is 90 that's on this.
Right. Alright.
Yeah. Yep. Not really sure what I can do about that. Yeah, you got me. There's nothing I can really do. This hand has got plays, but there's no way I can beat that because you've probably just got too many brownies. So yeah, I'm gonna have to just hit the concede. I prized 4 Pokemon in this game. There's nothing I can do. I got very, very unlucky as well as the case of you went first with Dunsparce. It happens. That is what the deck is supposed to do. This is not a great matchup for it anyway, but yeah, just the sheer briny count, I'm sure even if I admined or whatever, you'd have been able to search out another briny. I just can't keep chaining hits that way. Yeah, I don't know if it's an unwinnable matchup, but it's as close to an unwinnable matchup as I can get. So, yeah. I mean, the other deck I was going to play this week also loses to this, except for the fact of all of your stuff is Dark Evolution, and so I basically just beat you with 1 card, actually. Your entire deck dies to Togetic. Right, because the only thing you have that... Togetic's ability nulls all effects of attacks, including damage from Pokemon with Dark in their name. So everything except your Pidgeot can't even touch it.
Yeah. No. GG.
Yeah, GG's though. Unfortunate, but I mean, it is what it is.
By the way, I'm only running 1 Mr. Brian's Compassion. I know there's some from like earlier sets, but I didn't even think about putting those in. I was just using the one that I drew from the last.
Yeah, Dragon is the only set that's ever come out in, actually.
You sure? I thought it was one from a previous one.
Nope. Briny has never come out in any other set.
Alright, yeah, I only have one copy.
Yeah, I'm still not entirely sure how I'd have gotten out of that. I mean, Squared Attack was a thing, but I wasn't able to get the Blossom going that turn. Like, that would have been the only way I could see to do it, is if I could have gotten Blossom in play, healed the 20 that I was going to do from accelerating energy back. Otherwise, yeah, there's not really any hope from there anyway, so... Yeah.
I do like your medical stuff. I was thinking about doing that.
Yeah, no, the deck is cool, and it definitely, like, does its job. It's just, yeah, when you get that unfortunate with it, there's not really much you can do. I did get a bit greedy at the start, admittedly. I went for the Steven instead of getting a Beldum off of the first Jirachi, because it was like, you just put 5 Pokemon in play, so I thought, yeah, draw 5 is going to be fine, right? I'll get at least one of these things. Turned out I had a Beldum prized, so, yeah, had I known that, wouldn't have bothered. But, yeah, just, I couldn't get started fast enough. But I'd also prized a Pidgey and a Pidgeot, so... I was holding on to like the 2 red candies trying to go for a Pidgeot play at one point, which probably would have helped a ton, but I just couldn't get it, obviously. The other thing that would have been the big punish, but I can't search for it without the Pidgeot, is the Deoxys here. You would place like all of your energy on the active dude. If I could have gotten the Psyburst off, that would have instantly eviscerated you with all 7 of those energy in play. And yeah, would have been a massive blow for that one, but... Unfortunately, Deoxys is an EX, so you can't Celio for it, so I'd have to hard draw it, and that just wasn't happening.
Well, I don't have a single good Deoxys. I mean, I have the Deoxys attack, the regular one, that's okay.
Yeah, I think that one's fine.
Not as good as the EX.
That one's fine against the right sort of matchup. Because it
does...
does...
but it only has, I think, 70 health, so Mount Moon nullifies the form change.
Yeah, but it's the only good Deoxys in the regular form anyway, isn't it? So who cares about form change? Right? Form change only matters if you play different types of Deoxys. So it doesn't stop you from attacking with Pokemon with 70 HP or less. So Energy Burst is still perfectly fine. But yeah, but yeah, kind of proof positive of why the Dragonite stuff is kind of insane. But yeah, GG's on that.
Oh yeah, Dragonite is easily, I think, the best Team Rocket deck you can make. But I forgot who used Steelix. The Steelix deck that I faced was also really good.
Yeah, Steelix is very, very hard to answer other stuff that way, and I'm pretty sure Dragonite doesn't necessarily beat it because you just don't do enough damage even with the metals. You'd need the like Rocket Sneasel or something for that, I think. But I think
if I had Rocket Sneasel with this Dragonite, it's game over.
But I think the other debatable part with it is I have not shown you the Electro DX Tyranitar stuff yet. I have a feeling that is probably the better overall deck here. But it is close. I lost to Matt when he played his Dragtrode last week with this, just partly because he had wall point for game, but also because I just couldn't quite set up fast enough. But yeah, no, especially the way that it was getting played here, focusing all your energy on one dude is liable to get it killed in one shot, right? And the Tyranitar is very capable of doing that. This is a card I've been looking at trying to play in something like this, because if you lose any knockouts here, you're generally losing like all your best energy, right? So
yeah,
it's been one of those things I've been looking at going, how do you recover in this deck if you just get KO'd, right? It's really hard to get that KO, but what if it happens? You know?
It happened with my Steelix, my Steelix matchup last week. So.
Eventually it will, yeah. But it's just like the Dragonite itself is not invincible. It does get two-shot by Pidgeot, which is kind of funny, actually. But
I think I pulled exactly 2 of these, so I'll just add them here.
Right. This is the third time this has been printed at this point. It was in Expedition, and it was a rare in Neo Genesis, actually. The name was slightly different because it was stupid. It was like Power Charge or something, but it's exactly the same card. It was ruled to be the same thing. So, yeah, this is actually the third time that card's been printed.
Alright, let me just save both of these, and that's it for me today.
Yeah, well, GG's again to that. Yeah, kind of interesting going from... I wouldn't even necessarily have said this is a favorable matchup for stuff, but going from a decently even one to a, yeah, completely, you basically can't win if I get an okay setup sort of one. Bit awkward, but good deck nonetheless, though. Good to show this off on stream, because, like I said, I played Matt's one last week, but this is the first, like, real-time Dragonite has gotten to do the thing properly, so that's neat.
Was Matt's different?
Well, because he has the 2 rocket guys, right? He doesn't have nearly as many of the Dragonite right now. At least when I saw it, he only had 2. So I don't know if trades have happened to fix that up yet, but his deck has a couple of the rocket EXs as well. Because he has the 1 Sneasel from me. That's why I've got like 3 Blastoise I can play myself, and he has the, what was the other one? The Cypher, because I guess grass is sometimes a relevant weakness to be able to hit.
This man Pep really took a screenshot of turn 1 Pidgeot.
Yeah. Ah, well.
Yeah. I would have never won no matter how many times I faced him. My Ludicolo just doesn't ramp up as fast as his Tyranitar.
Yeah, that can be an issue, yeah. Right, I see you sneaking on in here, Si. Do you want to have a go, or...?
Sure. I've only had 1 game today.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yep.
I'll need it.
I don't know about that. Right. And he's gone. Right, so, yeah, turns out getting a somewhat unfortunate start against Dragtro going second is pretty much an also loss. Who would have guessed?
Tell me about it.
It was mostly the briny, to be honest. That was what actually ended up doing this in, but knowing that knowing that he only had 1 though, like if I'd have known that at the time, he doesn't even have. He has 1 VS Seeker in here. I probably still wouldn't have been able to, because even just getting 2 shots of it would have been too much, really. Right. Anyway, what would we like?
Let's go heads.
Alright, yeah, I guess I'll go first. I'm actually getting the choice to this time, that makes sense for me. Right, have a dude.
Also have a dude.
Alright, good luck. Slugma Lotad. So you're also playing this Lotad, okay.
This is a one-off, just because it can do damage.
Fair dues, fair dues. Alright, we will draw.
And it can do damage with any energy in the deck.
That's funny, but doesn't necessarily help. Alright, we're gonna flip for the Beldum here.
No worries.
Typical. Go ahead. Yep, that's about as miserable as an opening start could get there.
Put down another Slugma. I'll put down a water energy and I will collect a card.
Right, okay. It's gonna be one of those games. Alright, let's see what we can do. We're gonna try for the ability again.
No problem.
Okay, right. So, what are we actually working with in this deck of ours? I know kind of what I want to get here, I just it's interesting, because I kind of, obviously I want to just get another Beldum, because of course I do, but at the same time, Jirachi is kind of good. So I have heard.
Both of them are pretty alright.
Yeah, both of them would be good here. If I get Rachi... What does that do? I mean, it does a decent bit here. You could just... No, I mean, I was about to say, yeah, you can't. There's like... in the normal thing, it's like you could just go but cargo double rainbow next turn. Obviously, you don't have that, but...
That would be a disgusting move that I would like to do, but no.
Yep,
not right
yep.
now.
Oh,
and Strike
God.
Ball isn't an option on both of us being 6.
Yeah. I'm just gonna get the other Beldum. It's probably best here. So we're gonna try for that one as well. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of it. That's not great. Okay. Actually, I need to check what energy I've got in here as well. I was just looking at the Pokemon at the top, obviously, because that's the main bit I need. But
no worries.
probably, yeah. Okay, that's better than expected. You're on 5. Okay. Well,
do you need to change the stack for next week if I'm bringing it?
Yeah. I suppose... Go on.
Misinterpreted Mount Moon. I thought it was 70 and above.
No, it's 70 and under.
Which is okay for the stack.
Yeah. Alright, let's put a Strength Charm down there. I will unfortunately need to redo that. I'll have to tell Pepper about that later. That did not quite fix the thing, but whatever. Sure, let's dance here. That's not what I'm trying to do. Thank you very much. Let's dance here. We're gonna have a Metang. I'm gonna Rare Candy Metagross.
Okay.
Pretty sure I can't attack this turn anyway, though, because I don't have something in the discard yet. I am gonna Admin.
Oh, that's a pretty good admin.
Yeah, seems alright. So we get 6. God damn, if I had an energy in the discard, I'd have knockout this turn. That's hilarious. Wow. Yeah, that's a horrifying realization. I'm going to put a Psychic down here and end the turn.
Alright. Draw. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it seems pretty strong. Yep, just gonna at least put a counter on it, so... I have that going for me. Yeah, that's a pretty good thing. Yo. Since you showed me before, bang, I was one off. If I had an energy in the discard, I would have killed that Slugma last turn.
Well, Rare Candy.
Fuck,
Ludicolo.
yep. God damn, dude.
And we will smooth over.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to just skip the step, we know what's happening here, so... I'm okay with you skipping it here. I made a lot of jokes last night with Pepper about this being, yeah, just blatantly cheat, you know, because that's what it does.
And I'm just grabbing an energy right now because that's what I need.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then we'll draw that.
Mm-hmm.
And we will knock over for the 20.
20. Yep. Alright, we'll draw.
Kind of nuts what you can do when you get good setup in this.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Okay, so we have 7, so bench a Pidgey and Steven draw 6.
Sounds good.
Seems pretty good. Oh, now that is interesting. But is it good? Probably not.
nice that Metagross isn't weak to fire.
Yes, that is like the only reason this can even do anything right now. Will be threatening KO on like anything that I would dingy up. I hate giving up a Metang here, but I think it's the only play that I really have, which is annoying. Sure, let's put a Psychic down here and end the turn.
Alright.
It sucks, but it's like, yeah, I don't think there's anything better I can give up here. Yep. Oh, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Because now you can you've got like cargo, draw whatever one card you want, and then set up the top deck for the next turn too. That's kind of nice.
Yep. Put the water there,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll search through our deck.
Yep.
Probably want to grab one of those. And then we'll draw it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll look in again.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you probably just picked up like Steven or something, so you can guarantee the card that you want as well as 3 others. That's pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, that is an option. It's not the option I went for, but it is an option.
I'm trying to think what else since you haven't played a supporter yet, what else would you even do?
Well,
just
if
move
I'm
over
expecting
now?
this to get knocked out, Scramble in hand's probably decent.
I mean, we'll be even on prizes. So, is it?
Again, Ludicolo doesn't mind it being turned into colorless either.
I guess. It can't attack with it initially, but I can somewhat see the idea, but it seems a bit early for that when you're going to be taking the knockout here, right?
I mean, fair. And little combustion for the knockout.
Yeah. Alright, well, shocker. That strength
Yeah,
charm's
there's no surprise there.
Yeah, that strength charm's going to end up being wasted here, but that's fine. We'll draw. That's kind of funny, I suppose. Alright, TV reporter. Draw 3. Oh, wow, you're a class act game. Okay, we will discard a Psychic here. Kind of debating whether I actually want to attach that now, like using the power. Yeah, I mean, what the hell are you gonna do to me next turn? Like 10, 20, maybe 30 at most. Seems all right. Yeah, I'm gonna accelerate with the power here. So has to go active, but I need it to match energy anyway, so that's fine. Let's get a medal down on the Pidgey. We're gonna go Pidgeotto. And yeah, it is gonna take the knockout. Unfortunately, gonna ditch my strength charm as well for no general effect here. But yep, we're gonna get the knockout. Ooh, okay. Yep. Okay. So we're just not doing any damage this turn, that is fine. Like, I don't hate it. Yeah, here's the other, like, ridiculous thing, isn't it? It really just depends how you want to sort this. You can do the smooth over and then use Jirachi and get it, or you can just draw it and then blind Jirachi anyway. Whew. It's pretty good. Yeah, okay. Draw 3. Will admit, not the supporter I expected to see there, but yeah. I did see that in one of your other games as well. Makes sense. So you've gone quiet. I'm assuming you're using Jirachi here, right?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Cat was was being very aggressive on the meows, so I
No, that's
muted
fine.
for a sec.
Just making sure that that's what's happening here.
So there's top 5.
I've put the Jirachi sideways already, so...
Thank you. And that's to hand.
Yes. And then the rest get shuffled back in. This is no Adamantipator, they don't go on the bottom of the deck or something. God. Can you imagine?
And then we will pass.
Okay, flip for sleep. Because it actually does matter, you can't use it. You can't use this if it's a special condition. So, okay, we will draw. That is pretty ideal. We will Celia. Yeah, seems kind of good to me. We're gonna grab the Pidgeot, obviously. Put that down. It's resistant to ATM Rock at the moment as well because it's got Pidgeotto in it, so that's kind of nice. Using the Pidgeot, just trying to work out exactly what I want here. Of course it's in the fucking prizes. Every single time, I swear. Okay, fine. We will not do that then. Got a lot of cards in hand at the moment. I can't obviously admin this turn. It's just, yeah, you've got a lot. Guess I've got to keep that in mind. Yeah, we're gonna get the Beldum. I'm gonna flip for the Beldum here.
Makes sense.
Nope, that's fine. Who thought double piercing damage was a good idea? Yep, welcome to Chaos Max Dragon, I suppose. Okay, so where do we go from here? We probably do Red Candy Metagross here.
Makes sense.
Yeah, seems pretty alright. We'll put a Psychic on the Metagross. And I suppose I'm just hitting for 40 here, huh? Yeah, we can do that. We'll Link Blast or whatever for 40. See if we wake up. Yeah, that's the one issue with this version of Jirachi. But that's just a thing now, and like until Gen 5 abilities do get turned off by special conditions. Yep.
We'll put down a Lombre.
Yeah, I was thinking this would probably be the one that gets played most often. I've shown the power of Levitate with my Metagross deck in the past, so...
Put a water on the Ludicolo.
Yep. Yeah, I am trying to play around that a little bit here. I am still in one-shot territory, but it's fine.
We'll copycat.
Yep, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you've still got the 2 abilities on the bench too, jeez.
It's kind of gross, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That probably makes sense to put down.
Mm-hmm. That was the one bit that Pepper was missing in his deck, and didn't end up mattering too much at the time, but...
Then we'll pass.
Okay, you might as well, because, I don't know, I could Warp Point or something, I guess, but it doesn't really matter.
It's a wick for its death, at least.
It is, it is. Okay. So let's do the Pidgeot search here, I think. Going to... I mean, I already died to this Ludicolo anyway, so sure, we will grab another Beldum here. Because... I mean, it seems like the most reasonable option. Actually, do I still have that in deck? Better check first. Yeah, okay. Been catching myself out on that a fair bit, so... Yeah, so we're gonna go Beldum Candy to this Metagross. Just thinking if there's anything else I need to do here. I should probably throw down Rainbow Energy. Because I have a feeling that might end up mattering here. And we will just go for the knockout with the Link Blast here.
Sense?
So now Scramble Energy is live, for what it's worth.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is.
And honestly, it probably makes sense to do this.
Okay,
So that way you have to double attach.
sure.
We'll go for the reversal.
Why is everybody playing this stupid card? Okay, well, at least unlike Pepper, you didn't flip heads on it. Ugh.
We might be doing it again. Let's see if it's in deck.
Oh my god. Yeah, he only played one, so...
Drawing it with the...
Yeah,
the
yeah. Yep. What do we want?
Probably the most annoying thing here is going to be that Pidgeot.
Sure. That makes sense.
And then we'll draw another card with the other Ludicolo.
Yep.
And then we will circular steps for the knockout.
Yeah, because it's doing 110 right now. Yeah, with the charm. Okay. And that puts you down at 3 energy total now because you've got Scramble is turned off.
Yep.
Okay. So what do we do then? You have 6 in hand. Okay, it's not too bad. Did take the metal energy away is somewhat annoying. So it's not too hard for me to like attack again here. It's just I do take an obscene amount of damage, right? How many energy are in my discard at the moment? Is it just that one? It is just that one. Okay. Oh man, this is where I wish I could like draw first and see what I get, but obviously that's not how it works. We'll put this guy in. Okay,
Alright.
let's draw.
Since we're both at the same, I will just pre-mark for 70 here.
Yeah, you might be taking a bit more than that.
No worries.
Okay. This is just the first of the scramble. You have 3 in total.
Correct.
Probably die on the Crobat if I don't get this right. But I have a feeling this is probably the best of the plays I'm going to have anyway. I'm going to need to pare this down a bit, aren't I? You still have 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, fuck it. Let's do this. Deoxys.
Sounds like a plan.
We're going to put a Rainbow Energy here because I can use Metal Juncture to get it around where I need to, and we are going to Steven draw 6. Got there. Magnetic Storm to bump the stadium.
Yep.
Just thinking on the next step with it here. I have 1 metal, 1 psychic in the discard at the moment, right? No, just 1 metal, okay. There will be a psychic when this goes. Okay, so then, I think I will use the connectivity to attach this, because that can get transferred, which seems pretty good. Yeah, pay the 2 to retreat here. Okay, so how much? I have 4 on then, so 5 in play, so I'd be doing 100. So I guess I can't really afford to use the power, because then you would just knock me out with Scramble Energy, and you can get to that still because there's a Macargo in play. So I am just going to move the 2 Rainbow and the Metal using Metal Juncture from this guy. Yep. And we will discard the Metal and 1 Rainbow to do our Psyburst, which will do 110 because you have free energy on. Yeah, I know, sorry, I'm cheating with stuff here. I'm gonna Strength Charm the Metagross there as well whilst I'm thinking about it, because that actually does matter.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. No damage in between turns because I got rid of Desert Ruins. That's the main thing. Yeah, because I figured you'd probably just have a scramble on the Crobat here, so...
How do I want to handle this is the question. See the Lewis network?
Sure. Deoxys has already done its job, so I'm not unhappy with that right now.
Failed.
How are the basics, are we? Oh dear.
Well, that's a problem.
That might just
Google
be
search.
the end. Yep, that might spell disaster on this. So let's see what you've got.
Well, I was looking for Lombre, but
Fair.
take this to hand.
Yep.
Oh, we do have space now.
Okay,
so...
so you do have another basic. There's at least that.
Yeah,
Right.
it was in hand. I was looking for Lombre for this.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because if you didn't have a basic here, I think this game was over.
Circular steps.
Which will do 100 right now. Yeah, because it doesn't count the Ludicolo. Okay. Living on a prayer. Alright. We will draw. Oh, now that's very funny. Fuck, that actually works too, doesn't it? Oh, not quite. I'm slightly short. Fuck. Damn it, if one of the fucking things wasn't prized, I'd actually be in a really good spot right now. Sucks, but what can you do?
It's insane that this thing gets to clap back for 100 for a single attach.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Matt has 2 of them, so I'm gonna see if I can try and work out to get the 3rd.
One card, once again, one card off what would effectively be game over, I think, at this point. Well, maybe not, because this does give up 2 prizes, but... Whoa. It's so close. Can I justify doing that? What am I doing if I don't do that? Is probably the real question here. Yeah, I can't quite score it. Ah! Frustrating. I'm so close to like an absolutely ungodly turn here, and I'm just not quite going to have it. You've only got 4. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna do it anyway. No, that seems really dumb. But how do I win if I don't? Fuck. I'm sorry, this is a thinker.
No worries. There was 2 like 10-minute turns in the previous game I played. On Matt's end.
That doesn't surprise me.
Again, this thing forces very awkward positions.
I keep prizing my fucking 101 tat line that would actually just win me the game right now if I had access to it. And
Unfortunate.
yeah, this is the 3rd game out of the 5 that I have played in the last 2 days where I have prized a piece of it. And yeah, I would outright win the game right now if I had it, I think, because I don't think you would be able to... Yeah, you'd kill this, but like I don't think you'd be able to mount a proper comeback if I had it. As it stands, I'm not entirely sure how to do this turn, because I will get KO'd by everything pretty much. I do kind of have a solution here. Don't know if it's a good enough one, though. I mean, this is probably still fine. So I can hit you for 80. Which, I mean, that still kind of threatens a lot, because I can take you out in like 2 turns, potentially. Even if I just hit you for 70 here, that's probably good enough. I wanted to be able to tank a hit with this one, but I have not got a Metal Energy in hand to do that with right now, so that ain't gonna work.
That is the problem.
The question then is, okay, if I don't do that, what am I actually playing this turn? We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 5,000 cards, so we can't do anything that way. Well, I guess I'm committing to just never having the actual tech down here, potentially? Or do I could just retrieve it. Yeah, because if I retrieve her, shuffle in bird, I forgot to go face up. Yeah, like bird 3, bird 2, and probably we've got all of these in. Yeah, I think. Oh, all of these are red candy, right? Yeah, so Beldam's probably fine because I should have Metang still. Yeah, so if they get shuffled back in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, still way too many cards for that. Oh, this is so weird. The annoying thing is I don't have like a psychic on this already. So like I can't I can only Metal Juncture if I get it away, which, like, I can do... Wait, have I played that this game? Oh shit, I haven't. Right, okay. I think this will work. We're gonna go for Celio.
Yep.
Yeah, it is that yeah, okay. Again, apologies for taking like years on this turn, but I think this is gonna work. We're gonna grab the Pidgeot. I'm gonna do Red Candy 4 to the Pidgeot. We're gonna quick search. Grab ourselves Switch. So we can switch into the Pidgeot. Use our 2 accelerations with the 2 Metagross here.
Yep.
To grab the 2 energy back out. Yeah, one of them has to be metal here. So this gets 2 damage on it. That gets attached there and there. Manual attach the Psychic. 0 retreat to this. Metal Juncture up. And discard 2 with the Psyburst.
How much does that do, sorry?
110 because you have free energy with the Scramble. It is energy, not energy cards. So because you are behind on prizes, that's a free energy. So.
Right.
Oh, I am so sorry that took so long, but I was trying my best to find a way through that to work out. I know I can kill this thing, but yeah, I know I get killed on the Crobat, but that's you cannot ATM rock a Dunsparce, my dude.
Alright, it's evolved only.
It's evolved only.
Display. Shit. Can I get it? I don't suppose I can get redoing that then.
I shouldn't let you, but I will because I'm nice.
Thank you.
I really shouldn't let you, but...
Then...
Admin down to 2, yeah.
Yeah, and we'll ATM rock.
Yeah. Yeah, I really shouldn't let you, but I'm a nice guy, so...
Sorry, I forgot it could only go unevolved. I'm really sorry.
You will be. Alright, we'll draw. Well, I do have this guy, so there is that. I suppose we're gonna just TV report it here.
Yep.
Discard. I mean, I can't get them all in play at this point. So... probably just discard Jirachi. Makes the most sense here.
They all were rare candied, so I figure...
Oh yeah, no, it's a good play. It's just, yeah, like I shouldn't let you take that back, but again, I'm a nice person, so... We'll pay 2 to retreat, I'll go into the audition and end the turn.
Right.
Also, that ATM is discarded. It's only one
Yes.
turn.
We will smooth over.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, where's that gone?
At least there's no instant draw for it this time, so that's good.
Catch water, and we'll knock over for the 20.
Yep, and it
Wait,
pitches
assume that
the...
one's weak to fire, sorry.
It is weak to fire, yeah. And it does also... Well, you may discard the stadium in play. Are you wanting to?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We'll draw... Right, so... Things are a little bit interesting here, actually. I think I'm still in an okay spot with this, to be honest. Briny. Pick up the Oddish. So that goes there. You know we have that. I'm going to accelerate one from the discard to it. To get the medal. I should have just put that damage card. I'm sorry. I know it probably doesn't matter that much, but still. We'll attach one to Deoxys. Might end up mattering. And yeah, with the Strength Charm, we're going to hit for 80 with the Link Blast here, because we match energy counts. Oh yeah, you do have a second one. Fair enough.
Yeah, no, it's over.
Yeah. Cool. Yo, what the fucking last prize card is? Stupid Blossom in the last prize. If I had Blossom at any point during that game, I would have just healed the Deoxys and attached from discard to it from there.
I was hoping you weren't going to get another Metagross that fast.
Yeah, I did have the Metang available because I did put that back in deck, so I was sort of worried about that, to be honest, where that could have been a threat. So what was left in here? Yeah, I still had a Metang left at that point, so that was close. That was, yeah, surprisingly close in a way. Did not think this was gonna take a game like that.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, Matt's still in the other room, right? Okay.
Hello.
So it was 1 out of 2 reversal this time, so it wasn't just the one that got played. Pidgeot still died to it though. So you know there was that. But
Yeah.
I prized a Blossom again.
Oh, Dex just seems to be hating people today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think. I can't even say I've had great draw order because I've been bricking as well. I've been bricking less. Been bricking less than other people.
So this deck did really well against Ludi. It was a bit of a risk, but it did well against Leo's Ludi Blastoise, and then auto lost against Dragtrode, basically. I mean, he went first with Dunsparce, and I didn't have a Beldum until like turn 3, so what are you supposed to do? But, yeah, and then it squeaked out against Ludicolo, and the only reason is because this Deoxys is awesome. It was eventually going to get Desert Ruin, but I managed to like bump the stadium first before I hit with it initially. It took quite a while before the stadium came down again. Didn't know there was a second one available. Yeah, didn't necessarily think 2 Ruins was going to be the play, considering how few EXs are even in the format, but, you know.
Yeah, that surprised me as well, to be honest.
I mean, the list ran 2 of them, so I just...
In the field, yeah, like in the meta field, sure. I totally see it.
Yeah, because there's so many good EXs that you could run into with the stuff that way, so I understand it.
Medicham, Chicken...
Yeah, Blaziken's still decent. Hariyama, potentially, yeah.
Is Zapdos hit by it?
Mm-hmm.
I believe
110.
the Raikou?
Yeah, Raikou would be, but Raikou wasn't historically used, so...
Yeah, that's not a meta card as far as I know.
No, but I believe Matt was using a Raikou.
Right.
Yeah, okay, hit that in this meta, yeah.
So how did your games go then, Matt?
Let's see. Sai, we got a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Have we got your deck available, or is that... It's over there, right, okay. It's alright.
We weren't... It wasn't, like, the best. Like, we weren't neck to neck the entire time, and then go out to a very close finish or anything. It kind of snowballed away, but at least in the early and mid-game, it was pretty even.
Yeah.
I did almost manage to get rid of the Rocket Scyther EX and the Sneasel EX. I had them very heavily damaged.
Yeah.
That's also sort of a problem with a scramble-focused deck, is you don't necessarily want to be knocking out the EXs. It's like, you kind of want to be behind on the prize count.
Yeah, Scramble makes interesting decision-making. It was part of why me and Matt had that big long stalemate with a Dunsparce. There's the very damaged Dragonite. It's like no one wanting to play the cards.
Only issue with my game against Sai. Well, Sai, you were bricking on energy.
Yes,
and then
I was
also
bricking on energy.
Yeah, I was also bricked on getting Rainbow for most of the game, and then once I had it Electrode beats Ludicolo, so that was pretty good at that point.
Yeah, I was looking at Gyarados at some point during this week, and then it's like, no, because I played against your previous week's Dragtro stuff, and I was like, yeah, it's basically impossible for that. I mean, without using a deck I've already played, I didn't really have a good out for this thing. I will just say that now. There really wasn't much I was going to play that I haven't already played that would do well against this deck. So, yeah, when I beaten Leo's Ludicolo Blastoise thing relatively quickly, and he just immediately brought out the Dragtrode. Can understand why, and it's like, yeah, no, okay, I'll entertain you for it, but this deck really isn't going to top that. I have some ways of potentially dealing with it, but my main problem, as always, is my draft is terrible for actually countering anything. Right? I don't have any Mount Moon, I don't have any... I have one Magnetic Storm. The Space Center is literally because I do not have another stadium I can play. I was kind of half playing Island Cave at one point because it is actually the only other stadium that I could play, really. Yeah, my draft has been interesting for Pokemon up until this week, and then, yeah, I've just been like completely crapped on for any form of interactivity with a lot of stuff, so I don't really have any game plan against almost any of the decks that we go against here, to be totally honest, because I just don't have the cards in the format to do it. So, yeah, it's, if we had played, I probably would have lost, although Strength Charm is actually kind of decent against a fair bit of it here. Like, Strength Charm does mean that I could, say, knock out the Sneasel if it's got free energy with it, with the Deoxys. So, like, you know, it's not completely awful. 80 damage is enough to knock out the Ciphers, potentially. You have more Stadium cards than I do, but I have Pidgeot, so potentially, you know, who knows on that front. Metagross is good, though. It's just maybe a little bit awkward, but the card is fairly strong. Like, I think it's like this deck beats it probably here, because, well, at least with the amount of red candies I played in that game, this would probably deal a lot with it, but even then it's kind of weird. I don't know. I have no idea what the hell to even think about this matchup, to be honest. This deck is just so far out of left field compared to everyone else I can see. And then, yeah, apparently it goes somewhat okay with Ludicolo, but it's annoying when you get, like, one-shot and your best damage is, like, 70, right? So, that's the annoying bit, but I don't know. It's been an interesting week that way, to say the least.
The Deoxys is a very good equalizer, though.
Yeah, like, this deck is supposed to play Metagross EX, right? But we don't have any of those, so I was having to look and see, is there any other way that I can deal with this stuff? And I, obviously, until Leo has the defense one, but the defense one's kind of garbage for us, right? Would stop your Rockets EXs, but then you just switch in with Dragonite and do 90 to it anyway and kill it, so it doesn't matter. So, it's like, what could I use that would actually give this deck a bit of an edge then? And the Deoxys attack was the best thing I could look at for trading in. It was just like, yeah.
Did notice something interesting with these two. They resist fighting.
They certainly do. The other deck I was considering this week would have, again, basically guaranteed loss, especially to your version, Matt. I think I would have also won Leo's matchup, to be honest, but you have got like 4 Rocket EXs in here. They will deal with Togetic. That's the one, like, thing that I could potentially use to beat Dragonite. Although, having said that, all of these lose to, like, the rest of the stuff in the deck, I think, because, like, you don't really want to be hitting Crobats and stuff with Rocket Cypher, and Sneasel dies because it's Breloom, right? It's Breloom Crobat was the other deck I was going to potentially bring. So, there's a world where it's like, okay, maybe I could finagle something, but it's never going to be fast enough to deal with this. This deck is just absolutely absurd.
Yeah, in theory.
And yes, I do almost have the complete Rock Lock sort of list here. Only missing things is DRE and Scott, really.
Whilst I definitely wouldn't say that, like, Dragtrode stuff is unbeatable for this format, it definitely has that air to it a little bit, right? It's like if you get even a half-decent setup, then this thing is very hard to stop with a lot of decks, but...
I think it's maybe the premier aggro deck.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
I think Spread is better.
Spread is better until this thing just one-shots all the spreaders. That's what I've worked out with this so far. It's like, this deck just like one-hit KOs all of the spread Pokemon, and then that's just it, right? They can't attach enough energy to spread fast enough in order to deal with it, so...
Is Oko a Dark Titar?
Sneasel? You just don't put the Stadium down? Right? It's 30 base, 60 for 3 Darks.
Oh, right, yeah, right, I see it.
And this deck just always has all the Darks out whenever it wants, so,
It just goes down really fast.
yeah, but
Like,
how
you're
are they
gonna get one knockout with this.
How are they gonna recover, though? Like, if you just take out their attacker that fast, how are they gonna recover?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, you say it's the premier aggro deck. That's what you want to do. You want to aggro with it. And, yeah, you just one-shot the thing that's got, like, 5 energy on it, and there's no way they can recover. I think it's the Achilles heel of this deck, potentially, as well, though, because I was talking about it with Leo at the end. It's like, what happens if you do actually get a KO on this stuff? He, like, was pretty smart with it, to be honest. He ended up having, like, 7 energy on his Dragonite at the end of the thing before I had to, like, concede it because of Brimey's. And it's like, if I was to be able to get this Deoxys out and kill that thing, he literally had no recovery to get the stuff back, because it's all special energy as well. So if you do get KO'd, then you probably lose. But how the hell do you KO this, right? Because it just kills you so fast. That's been the problem. It's like, this is going by turn 3. And when it's going, it's hitting you for 80 to 90 damage every single turn. There's no real coming back from that for most decks.
I don't know. I'm not convinced, to be honest. I think the spread deck can, without taking a prize, this doesn't have Gust. The spread deck can throw whatever little dudes up it wants, let them get killed with Sneasel, and make one Tyranitar that one-shots Sneasel, and then it's back to the game again.
Yeah, I mean, if there's enough Scramble energy in the deck, that is a potential thing. But, yeah, Scramble's the equalizer point off it, really, isn't it? But I don't know. I mean, I'd be very interested to see this play out, I will be honest, but we're gonna have to wait a week for that, I think.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have wanted to spectate games with Pepper or both, or at least I was very stuck for a long time.
I got my fair. I had a couple of bricky hands as well. I did manage to find Pidgeot to get me out of them.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know.
I can see a world where spread fails to kill the Sneasel. It's possible if they can't hit Pidgeot, I guess, or if it's price or something.
Yeah, it is awkward. Thinking about grind is 50 on a scramble. No, 40 on a scramble. It's 50 on a 3 and a.
It's interesting because I think there's more than enough tools actually in both decks really to counteract. But I'd have to see how effective the spread actually is. How consistently are you getting out Ampharos, for example, in this list? It doesn't seem in comparison, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that consistent, does it? Is the potential issue here? You basically always get the setup with the Dragtrode stuff, the way that's set. This I'm not as sure about. But again, that's what I'd like to see. So we're gonna have to see about that in future weeks. Because again, I have no idea how this deck actually plays out at the moment.
Yeah.
It's kind of unlike anything that we've really seen so far, because it's the whole ability-based punish part, isn't it? It's we haven't really seen anything quite like that yet. So
I'm glad I can showcase it.
And this has a lot of stadiums specifically because Battle Frontier stops this, right? Because it stops not just colorless, but evolved Dark and Metal Pokemon as well, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there is actually a count. I mean, you wouldn't play it in Dragtrode, but just in general, there are outs in the format to this, so it'd be an interesting one. But of course, because I've said that, I'm gonna have 0 of them because I mean that is it for me. I've never had more than one of a stadium that has any sort of disruptive-based thing, other than Desert Ruins. But that is not good for our format, really. So
Is this next set Battle Frontier?
Yeah, Battle Frontier is an Emerald, and is one of the only good cards in the set. So
Battle Frontier's got Medicham and DRE, the 4 things worth pulling.
I do think that Dusclops is worth a look.
It's
okay,
cool.
I'm probably underselling the other EXs.
Only 2 of them, I think. Well, is Milotic any good? Maybe? There is a Submerged Feebas in that set, so doesn't take damage
Probably
on the bench. It's 30 for a colorless and prevents retreat. Oh, not colorless. 30 for water prevents retreat. You can't attach technical machines whilst it's active, if I remember rightly. So no ATM rock whilst it's in play. And
that's fine. Not every deck's gonna be playing ATM.
Right. And then it's
You're in a set,
70 for free move and energy from it to your bench.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and So, like, maybe there's something there. The Raichu was the other one that I thought was kind of good, but I don't know with the other Raichu rotating if that's going to actually end up mattering, but it is still kind of strong. Other than that, I'm struggling to think of a single playable card in this next set. I am not even kidding. This next one is easily the worst set we have ever opened. I've likened it to, well, initially I likened it to Cyberdark Impact in Yu-Gi-Oh, but it's more like Tactical Evolution, because
yeah, gotta say, you're under. I think you're underselling Cyberdark. Cyberdark had Chain Burn.
Like, yeah, but I've always said that Cyberdark Impact is not actually that bad of a set in comparison. Are we crashing on here, by the way?
No, that was me spreading the emerald
Okay,
set
okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need to flick a lot of those over. Because there was one in like everything. These stupid energy, I am gonna be so mad with these.
Do we replace these, or do we...
We can't.
They're in the reverse slot, so they're not automatically replaced.
Okay, so for drafting this one, we can still set replace energy on. It just won't affect these.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the reverse
Are
hollow
you sure?
slot,
Because
yeah.
I turned on
I think
replace
I did.
energy.
Let me double check, because it's not very consistent.
We'll see.
I'm fairly sure I turned it off and it stopped putting these in place of the commons.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it's a separate slot in this. Yeah, because it's got this fixed chance. It's 1 in 3 for an energy. But if you want to remove those,
I mean, honestly, that might be for the best, because there's more chance of actually getting, you know, the okay stuff, the few bits that are okay in here, right?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. We don't really need random pretty energy.
We can just pull these out of the generator if we really want to use them. And I normally don't use these sorts of ones because, I mean, they're cool, but it's like, yeah, I'm not normally that big a fan of these sorts of gaudier ones, but I might just because these are the thing for the next set, right?
they're not too bad as far as Gaudy energy goes.
No. And I did play the next ones, the Thunderstorm ones, for quite a while, right? So, but yeah, like I said, are we going to spend 2 weeks in this format in the end? That's actually a question worth asking right now. Do we want to spend 2 weeks in this year? Or do we want to just have, like, one round next week and just do it with that? Because I don't know how people are feeling about this year's so far over stuff, because this isn't really going to change as much as we'd like.
I'm a bit burnt out, but burnt out favours staying as it means I don't have to do as much. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I'm fine with either option, really.
I feel like this set doesn't add enough decks to warrant a repeat.
Yeah, there's a big difference between like this and Hidden Legends, right? Where Hidden Legends added several cool things that we could work towards. This maybe not so much. I think it's more just if people wanted to spend a little bit of time actually, like, I guess, exploring the whole format for stuff. But that really depends if people have actually got other decks that they want to play in the first place. Which
The other thing is the rotation doesn't remove that much format.
It removes a lot of stuff I like. Not that I've been using it recently, but it removes a lot of the stuff I like.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say, apart from
like, I don't know, Magneton. The guy who's
yeah,
got Blastoise.
Magnet Cat and Blaziken and maybe Guard of War if I manage to have enough spare stuff left over to get that sorted.
At least for me, any decks I've been excited to play, I've had the opportunity to do so.
Okay.
So if there is a new deck that I want to play out of the set, then I'll play it, and then there you go. But I don't see getting multiple good decks or not being able to play a deck that I'm interested in, that I've been holding on to because there haven't been enough decks that I'm just sitting on.
Mm-hmm.
This Deoxys could also be pretty decent.
Yeah, we'll get into this set when we actually, do the thing with it here. I just mostly wanted to gauge things here because when I said last time we'd spend like 2 weeks on each of the world's formats, that was predicated on the fact that people actually wanted to spend more time on that format, right? This one, like, I think the main thing that we would even do it for is just to have more experience playing with and around stuff like Scramble and whatnot, right? But we can get that as we go, because we're going to have that available for quite a while. And yeah, honestly, this set is like absolute garbage, and I do not see really anything that we are realistically going to get, because I see you hovering around the meta chat there, right? So I say realistically.
Yeah.
I do not see anything we are realistically going to get that will actually be like, yeah, I want to do the thing with it. We can always play more games anyway if we can stick around a bit longer. So I personally do not see anything in here which will warrant it. So I am more than fine if people just want to do just a one thing of this, and then we can move on. We could even take a week break if we wanted, just to not do this every thing with that, if we rather just not play 2 in a row. Since you're worried about burnout and whatnot, Pepper, that could be an alternative.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm fine with that. That's why it's worth asking now if people wanted to play that. I think 2006 might be a bit better with the Delta species stuff being very different in that aspect.
That stuff looks real neat. I want to get into that.
Oh yeah, Delta Species is awesome.
Yeah, so
I feel like that's a set where like literally every card is interesting just because they've changed the types, even if the text isn't that cool.
yeah,
I kind of want to grab the Delta Ludicolo.
I bet you do. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a decent looking card.
but yeah,
It's a pretty good fire type.
So maybe we end up spending more time within like that set or something rather than this, because that'll probably be more interesting, to be honest. So yeah,
I do think it matters if the set's interesting enough to want to stay around, and this
absolutely.
really isn't.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is a tactical evolution.
yeah.
This
So
is
with all that said, then yeah, I'll probably try and play you next week then, Matt. We'll see. Depends how
Sounds
much
good.
stuff goes in. I have already played a drag trode at this point, so not that I'm capable of beating it, because that's not in here, but I have at least played it, so I do have that sort of there. But then you're looking to try and get that Ninjask as well, huh? So
If you're looking for more Dragonite and Ninjask, I'm willing to put in an offer.
yeah. Like I say, I still want that my cargo. Got to sort the exacts of that out, and DRE. DRE
Yeah,
is gonna be a big question,
let's-
'cause you're very like to have spares, Matt. So
you
Yeah.
say that.
they're likely.
There are 3 other energy in the rare slot here, which compete with that double rainbow in a set that doesn't have the premium slot. So, have fun.
Please, I need 2.
Yeah. Right.
Did we decide on replace energy or no?
I think we might as well. I mean, unless you
Yeah,
really
replace
want
energy,
to.
yeah. Because of the DRE problem.
It's it's like less realistic in a per pack kind of way, but
At the end of the day, we
I don't
have
care
unlimited
that much.
energy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we can just say what happened is that the energy we pulled, we sold off to buy better cards.
True,
Aha.
because they are expensive enough that you could do that, right?
yeah, it sounds like you guys are more in favor of replace, and like that wouldn't be my pick, but I feel very not strongly about it, so we'll just
Yeah,
I'm
I
picking
just.
from a draft experience issue.
If we were in a situation where our energy counts actually matter, then sure, I would keep the energy in
No
there.
draft format cares about your energy count.
I
I'm
have
saying
seen.
that right now.
I have seen one
Exactly.
that does, and it was a very bad format.
It's just like,
Yeah, no, the very first one that I saw on YouTube did the packs with the very old, like, I forget exactly what the site was called, but it was like it was a really, really rudimentary one, and they weren't allowed to play any cards that weren't in those packs. So they only had the energy that they had in the base set packs. So yeah, that was very stupid.
Running the Game Boy games before I realised the energy guy existed.
That was very stupid, and that's why we didn't do that.
Yeah, like, even real world draft formats like giving unlimited basic energy. Same in other card games with similar systems. Magic gives infinite basic lands to drafters.
Yeah, you play plenty of pre-releases as well, right, Matt? It's the same thing that happens there, yeah?
Yeah. Got another one coming up pretty soon.
Oh, hope you get some good
I
stuff.
might be getting a box for that.
Another one.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm paying it off in 3, so it's not like killing my bank account.
Right, so marker at the end of that. Thank you guys on YouTube for watching. We'll stick around because I think Sai's going to do his draft and stuff here. But yeah, we'll see you for just one Emerald episode out of this then. But yeah, I don't know. I mean,